Hello everyone, hello, bonsoir et bienvenue à un autre épisode de Vintage Kids. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Vintage Kids. This is the 45th, le 45e épisode que nous passons ensemble. C'est une journée spéciale parce qu'on est mardi. Yes, welcome to a brand new episode of the Vintage Kids. This is episode 45. We are going to talk about Return of the Jedi, but in a different kind of way. We're not going to talk about, we're done with telling the whole story and showing and giving you my opinion on this. But now, let's talk about the deleted scenes. But first of all, I want to say something that you guys didn't know. I don't know if you guys remember this. This was created for the amazing museum. How do you say it? Exposition. Don't exposition yourself too much. That started in Montreal a few years ago, at least 10 years ago. And this was an amazing exposition. How do you say it? Une exposé, you know, when you can go check things, of course. And can you believe I've learned that after that I went there? And by the way, it was an amazing experience. I hope you guys got the chance to go check that out. The reason why I'm saying this is that, can you believe that the person that actually created all those designs, la personne qui a créé tous les designs pour l'exposition, it's my cousin, Jean-François Leblanc, GF the White, that actually got the deal with Lucasfilm to create all these posters that were everywhere for this great event. So yeah, that's probably something you didn't know, but I've got a little link with George, with my family. So yeah, so that's the reason why I've put this up. Well, we're going to talk about Star Wars and Boba Fett, you know. Okay, so I hope everyone's doing great. Tonight we're going to see several deleted scenes from Return of the Jedi. And not only deleted scenes, there's actually extended scenes. Donc, il y a même pas juste des deleted scenes, il y a même des extended scenes dans Return of the Jedi. I've got several pictures to show you. As usual, I'm not taking any risk. I'm not showing any part of the movies because you know that I don't want to be kicked out of this live. So again, I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to talk about it. And if you've already seen all the deleted scenes, stay with me anyway. Perhaps you're going to learn stuff. I did my research. Of course, I'm not an expert. I never consider myself as an expert. I'm a fan. So perhaps the stuff I'm going to say are going to be totally right. Some of you might say, oh, that's not true, Phil. Go ahead, just let me know. I'll be happy to say, you're probably right. So, okay. So, we're going to see several scenes today from, let me check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, there's like 11 scenes, deleted scenes or extended scenes that we're going to talk about today. And after that, I'm going to show, well, not after, but probably while we're doing this, I'm going to show you some production stills. I really love those behind the scenes production stills that we can find on the web. Again, we are live on my personal Facebook page. We are live on Yoda's Workshop group, and we are live on YouTube, Yoda's Workshop page. Again, I might not see every comment because several people last week said, I was writing down and you didn't answer because I'm on StreamYard again, so I don't always see all the comments. But don't worry, if I see them, I'll answer. We're live. Woo! Only fan, Phil. Okay. So let's start. Again, I'm going to show some pictures. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this. Okay, let's talk about the first deleted scene. It's right at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. I was talking about when Vader is actually arriving, and it's an amazing entrance. Donc, la première deleted scene, c'est lorsque Vader arrive. Après qu'il ait parlé avec Gerard Jordord, after that he talks with Gerard Jordord, the guy that's, the Emperor's coming. Autobots transform. I would love to see, I should try to do this, and then something with Vader talking like Optimus Prime. Use the Force, Autobots. Okay, so the first deleted scene is actually a deleted scene that most of you guys probably heard or saw. It's when Luke is actually building his new lightsaber, because you know that, whoops, dropped the one in Bespin, so we need a new one. So he's actually building this thing, and he puts the lightsaber, he tests it, and he puts in in R2D2. Donc, en français, hein? But of course. Donc, c'est une scène lorsque Vader, tout de suite après, il arrive, il s'en va, il marche, et il essaie de communiquer avec Luke, avec la pensée, you know, with the pensée. So Vader actually tries to communicate with Luke while he's building this thing. Donc, il essaie de communiquer avec Luke pendant qu'il est en train de construire ça. Et évidemment, Luke met le sable laser dans R2. Et on a toutes ces images-là à vous montrer. Donc, ça, c'est Vader qui est arrivé dans le Death Star et il s'en va. Il croise un petit R2 noir. On sait maintenant que toutes les R2, les droïdes qui sont noirs, représentent l'Empire. We now know that all the droids that are black actually represents the Empire. So we actually see almost this guy in, is it an R5 or is it an R2? When Mando shows up in one of the last episodes with Bo-Katan, Chris. Anyway, so Vader walks through this place. Let me switch picture. So he ends up inside his bubble. Okay, so he ends up inside that famous bubble that we see in Empire Strikes Back. And we don't really see it again in Return of the Jedi. We only see it in... do we see it? No, we only see it in Empire. Anyway, so... and he actually communicates with Luke. So join me to the dark side of the Force. Luke. So he communicate with his son. There's actually a GIF of this shot. So, no, I'm not showing the movie. It's a GIF. Can you hear me? So, this is actually a scene where my son, it's the only way. This is the way. So, they actually took this. Can you believe it? Anyway, we're going to talk about Season 3 of Mandalorian pretty soon. So, get your shit ready. Go check the last episodes because we're gonna do season 3, not all the episode, but one episode. We're gonna talk about season 3 of Mandalorian. So Vader actually communicates with his son through the Force, and we're gonna show you some more detailed pictures. This is actually Luke building his lightsaber, and it's really the version that we actually see in when he receives it from R2. But the reason why they didn't put in they changed their mind. Aloha. Hello, my friend. It's Derek Cernak, ladies and gentlemen. Again, great job with the editing this week, my friend. Keep up the good work. I can smell the Oscars. I would like to thank God, well, Yoda, and Kirk Keck, and Rick and Shannon for giving me this opportunity to make amazing videos. One day it's going to be you. They are smelly. If you don't clean them, of course they'll get smelly, and it depends what you do with them. Some might come with a battery option. Okay, don't tell Kirk. So back to the lightsaber. So yeah, he's building his lightsaber using like this tournevis, or special edition screw machin. Okay, let's get to the next picture. I'm gonna go through several of them very quickly. So yeah, okay. So while he is building this, R2 is with Luke, but C-3PO is actually outside of the cave. This is R2 coming out. This is actually Luke, getting ready to put the lightsaber inside of R2. C-3PO again. And this is a wide shot. I'm sorry if the sound is not perfect again. When I show pictures and I'm not on the StreamYard page, the sound is not perfect. I love this shot. This is actually a wide shot of where they are, and you can actually see the Falcon and the X-Wing in the background. Love this shot of Tatooine. I love this shot because we can actually see that Luke, because you know, like I explained in the prior episode, is that there was actually a version of this movie where Luke would actually turn to the dark side. This is why he's all in black, blah, blah, blah. I explained it. I'm not going to say it again. I love this image of him and the Emperor. They actually look the same. So I thought it was interesting to see both of them next to one another to show how close Luke actually looks like he's turning. Already at the beginning of the movie when we first see him. So yeah, that was interesting. So he opens his lightsaber again. In the first version, when he tries it on, the lightsaber was not colored because it was not movie ready, and they decided to take it out. So this is the difference between what they came up with. I think it was on the Blu-ray. Donc on voit la différence entre ce qui était sur le Blu-ray et ce qui était pas dans le fond encore travaillé digitalement. So yeah. The picture is not really clear. I love this because this is actually where they shot this. This is actually the set of the cave where they shot Luke building his lightsaber. So I thought it was interesting to see how things are made in the movies. I always love these shots. J'adore ça. Donc on voit le set où est-ce qu'ils ont filmé cette scène. Another great thing that I've learned. This is actually the shot of C-3PO outside of the cave, and they recreated this kind of shot for a Kellogg's commercial, cereal commercial, and they used the same images that they used for this shot. Interesting fact. So he's building it. We're talking, and here is the famous shot when he opens this lightsaber, and we can see R2, and we can see C-3PO in the background. So that's for the sorry, that's for this first scene. I'm gonna get to the next one right now. I'm gonna remove this one. So I really think it's interesting to see how much work that they did and what they decided to take out of the movie. This one I understand because they wanted to make a bigger impact when the lightsaber would show up for the big scene on the skiff. So I think it was a great idea. But I love the fact that Vader, you can actually see Vader trying to reach out to Luke, and I thought it was an interesting scene. Okay, give me a second here. Next scene. The next scene we're gonna talk about it's a really short version. Okay, there are several things. We're gonna start. Let's do the light man first. Okay, just a second. I'm not able to show it. Okay, I'm with you. Don't give up on me. Don't give up. Don't give up. Donc, ça s'en vient. On va vous montrer la prochaine photo. We're going to show you the next picture. Because I have to click and leave and start. And Part J. Okay, there it is. I love this shot, and I'm gonna say why. I've shown you guys all the creatures, beast or extraterrestrial that was in Jabba's palace, but there's one that I did not show you, and it's actually Mr. Lightman. Yeah, they created a figure, well, not a figure, a character that was called Lightman. It's a man in a suit with several lights on him. And using this, it was supposed to be a creature that was walking around in Jabba's palace, and it was called Lightman. Here are some more pictures, and you don't see that creature anywhere in the movie. They decided to take it out. So as you can see, he's next to C-3PO and the Gamorrean guard. So this guy is walking around with long sleeves with all kind of lights hanging from his suit that he's wearing. And they decided that it didn't work really well. I love the fact that this guy is actually wearing a welding when you're la soudure. So that gives you an idea. I presume that probably C-3PO or R2 would cross next to this guy while they are heading to downstairs to see EV-9D9. Yeah, I think that's where it was supposed to be, because it looks like he's walking somewhere with this Gamorrean guard. I think I have another picture. No, that's it. So I only have these pictures. I'm going to show you this one because this is a great picture. This is a production still picture, and it's not of the Lightman. It's you can actually see you can actually see this guy right here. It's it's not Elephant Man. I forgot his name. But I love the fact that we can see the guy that was wearing this incredible suit. Donc, j'adore cette photo-là parce qu'on voit vraiment plus clairement ce personnage-là qu'on ne voit pas très bien dans le film. Hein? Ben oui. Alors, prochaine section. Next section, I'm going to click this out. I'm still right here. Give me a second. Next one is actually the Rancor, and I love this shot. I'm gonna tell you why. Tau. Voila. Is it working? Yeah. Okay. There's actually a extended version of the fight between Luke and the Gomerian Guard. And if you go check on YouTube, you can actually see the scenes that were shot for this. Let me explain it very quickly. When the Gomerian Guard and Luke falls into the pit, not the pit, but the Rancor, whatever, the Rancor Saloon. At first, before the Rancor comes out, you would actually have a fight between the Rancor and Luke. But then the door would open and the Rancor would come out. Donc, en premier, la version plus longue, Luke se battrait, genre se préparait à se battre, là, c'est une volée, mon esti, avec le Gomerian Guard. Mais ça, on ne l'a pas vu. Mais quand le Rancor sort, when the Rancor comes out, Luke actually uses the Force. And he jumps all the way up, and he hangs himself, not hang, but hold on to for his bare life, as you can see on that picture, and he's trying to climb out where everybody is watching him, and there's actually Jawas coming with their rifles, hitting him on his hands to make sure that he's not able to come out. So I have another picture. As you can see, Luke is hanging for his bare life. And he actually falls back downstairs, down in the pit, and he fights as we see in this regular scenes. So that's a great shot. The shot prior, the picture that I showed you just before, this picture is actually in one of the books, the art cover book that was released for Return of the Jedi. And I remember as a kid, I was like, this is not in the movie. I don't remember seeing Luke holding on like this. And that's why, and that's probably one of the first time as a kid that I've learned that there were deleted scenes in movies. Because I was not very old. And I was not very fat. Okay. Next picture. Well, actually, it's not a picture, so this is the extended version. Let me show you some more, because there's tons more. Donc, la prochaine section, on a vu Lightman, Extra Pilot, Yak Face, Attaque dans le bunker, So let's do the Yak Face C-3PO. Just give me a second. I'm new to this. Okay. All right. Did you guys know? Did you guys know? I don't know. That there's actually a deleted scene where Yak Face is actually hitting C-3PO, and like they're arguing, and they are on the Jabba's what's the name of the barge? They are actually on Jabba's barge, and Yak Face and Reese are talking, and C-3PO goes in between them and start talking, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, he's like not minding his own business. Donc, C-3PO vient comme intervenir dans une conversation de ces deux personnages-là, puis Yak Face s'écœure, puis il crisse un petit coup de poing sa gueule. So I'm going to show you the picture of these. I never saw these. For me, it was the first time. When I say we keep on learning stuff, quand je dis qu'on continue à apprendre des affaires almost every day, that's a great example. I didn't know that they would actually, that scene existed. And I would love to talk to Sean, the guy that played Yak Face, and ask him about this scene. Perhaps I'm going to reach out to him. That would be great. I would love to have more details on this scene. If he was actually in the suit. We all know that he was Yak Face, but I'm not. Perhaps someone else was in the suit when they shot that on that day. I don't know. I'm going to try to reach out to him, and we never know. He might reply to me. Okay, next pictures. There are several pictures of this scene. So here they are. So Yak Face is having a drink with multiple drinks. I don't feel so good. Oh, my heart just stopped. There it goes. So he's having a drink, having fun on the barge. And then C-3PO shows up. And he's like, I am C-3PO, human cyborg relation, and I don't believe you're right. Shut the fuck up. So that's probably what Yak Face actually says inside the costume. So gives a punch to this poor fella, and C-3PO falls, and that would explain the reason why in the movie C-3PO ends up on his back, and Silashius Crumb actually tear his eye out. So that would be the link. That would explain why C-3PO would fall on his back and why Silashius Crumb would actually attack him. Here are more pictures. Donc, ça serait pour ça que C-3PO se ramasserait sur le cul. On voit Silashius Crumb arrive justement pendant qu'il est par terre. As you can see, Silashius Crumb is right there looking at C-3PO on his back, and it would actually be the reason why we see him attack his eye. That's another shot. I wanted to show you this one. I love this shot. I found that shot, and I think it's the most clear picture that we have of Reese. And I believe it was taken while filming this deleted scene. Donc, c'est une super bonne photo de Reese. Je pense que c'est la meilleure qu'on a. I didn't know that he had actually hair on his face. We can see the hair. Three Eyes. Love this mask. Great design. Anyway, so wanted to show you guys this great picture. Okay, let's do another one. Up next. Rancor, we did it. Lightman, we did it. Extra pilots later. Goodbyes later. Okay, so so I think we're at the famous sandstorm. So there's actually a huge deleted scene that was made called the sandstorm, and this occurred right after that they blew up the barge, and this scene was all shot, and it was probably very hard to do. The reason why they took it out, I don't remember. I would have to look again at these documentaries. Donc, je sais pas pourquoi ils l'ont enlevé. Mais c'est une scène qui était relativement longue, mais it was pretty hard to film because they were shooting like in, I don't know what studio, but they were shooting sand and you couldn't see shit. I'm going to show you some pictures. But this is a pretty famous shot because they actually did lots of toys about these figures. So this is actually Leia wearing kind of gear in the sandstorm. I'm going to show you more because there's a lot more pictures. I'm going to go... Okay, they are not in order, so I'm going to skip a few and going back and forth. This is when they are actually arriving to the scene that we saw in the first deleted scene that I showed you, where the Falcon and the X-Wing are on the ground on Tatooine. Donc, ils arrivent où est-ce que le Faucon et le X-Wing est parké sur Tatooine, qu'on a vu dans la première shot, qui a été délitée. Et on voit tout le monde qui est en train d'arriver. Et là, ils vont avoir une petite jasette. Ah ben oui, parce que, tu sais, une bonne bouchée de sable là, de Tatooine, c'est très bon. Hein? Ben oui. So, they decide to have a talk while this old, huge bag of sand is blowing in their mouth. So, here are some other pictures. I'm going to go back to some of them because they are just great and there are more explanation to give. This is just prior when they started filming. Here is Luke wearing his outfit. So, what happened in this scene is actually Han saying to Luke, thank you for saving me, I owe you one, blah, blah, blah. And Luke actually says, well, Han says, why don't you jump in with us in the Falcon and it would be faster. And Luke says, no, I'm good, I have to go see a friend. And he's talking about Yoda. So he jumps in the X-Wing. So he actually also talks to Leia, gives a little kiss, you know, sister-brother kiss. Yeah, I'm going to show you also other things that I understand why perhaps they didn't use it. I'm going to show you very quickly. So they're talking. Here's a great, again, I love these production stills. These are the shots that were, you can see the people wearing the, I don't know why they call it 44. That's probably like day 44 of shooting. I don't know. They're all wearing their sandstorm outfit. Luke and Leia, not Luke, but Han and Leia. You can actually see Carrie Fisher waiting for them to start shooting. Again, this is Luke. This is the toy. They created a figure, 12-inch figure Hot Toys that they created from this scene. Well, this deleted scene. Here is Luke talking to Han. That's a better picture of them arriving at the Falcon. You can actually see the door of the Falcon opening and they are jumping inside the Falcon. Here's a great picture of that toy I was talking about. And as you can see on his hand, there's the shot. Because as you guys know, he receives a shot on his hand. And this was the place that was supposed to be where we see him put on his glove. But they decided to do it inside the X-Wing. So I'm going to show you that shot. Some two pictures of that shot. And I'm going to show you when Luke actually hops in the X-Wing. On va voir Luke rentrer dans le X-Wing. And he uses a ladder. The same ladder that we actually see in Empire, in A New Hope. But the crazy thing is that once he's inside the X-Wing, he just grab the ladder and throw it on the floor. And, okay, bye, I'm going to purchase another one. So, it's a funny thing. Donc, c'est juste drôle de voir que Luke prend l'échelle, une fois qu'il a monté, il a pitch à terre. C'est pas grave, là. Tu sais, on va aller en acheter un autre chez Costco. Ah, ben oui. OK. Again, they're arriving at the place. Again. Some great shots. They're talking. They're talking. He's leaving. Hey, kid. Would it be a funny thing if Han Solo actually would say, hey, kid, I'm Indiana Jones, by the way. Oh, okay. This is actually from the Lucas film archives. You can actually see the outfit, the costume that Leia was wearing. And as you guys can see, she was only wearing the slave bikini under that. Oh. Next to her is the Lando version. You can see the disguise, and he's wearing something for his eyes and his head. So that, oh, okay, I'm going to show you what I was saying about the ladder. Leia talking. Okay. So first of all, this is where we can actually see Luke peeling back his false skin on his wound of his mechanic hand. Donc, on voit Luke qui replie, là, ici, là, le petit prépuce là, sur sa main, qui est en train de perdre. Hein? Parce que, tu sais, Luke n'était peut-être pas juif là, dans l'espace, on ne le sait pas. Hein? Ben oui. And he puts on his glove. So that's the original idea of him wearing that black glove. So this is Luke using the ladder I was talking about earlier, and this is Luke throwing that ladder. Like, whee, so long, ladder. Okay, so that is actually all the sandstorm pictures that I'm able to show you that I thought was interesting. So we're going to see. Let's check the next one. The next one is actually, let's talk about Gergerod. Gergerod. Okay, so what is Gergerod? It's actually, I'm going to show you the guy. Well, it's actually the guy that's responsible for the building of the Death Star. I'm going to put the picture. It's going to help. There you go. Okay, so it's the guy next to Vader, the closest there. It's the guy that Vader talks to when he arrives to the Death Star. And here's the plot. Here's the big idea. Ça, c'est la grosse idée qu'il y avait derrière tout ça. Ce gars-là, c'est le responsable de la construction de l'étoile de la mort. That was supposed to be the guy responsible for the building of the Death Star. And Vader shows up, and he doesn't like the fact that Vader shows up and start saying, like, you're not going fast enough. Autobots transform. And so there was a plot. There was a story where this guy actually faces, actually tries to, I'm not going to say manipulate, but he's not happy to see Vader showing up. So throughout the movie, we can see him interact with Vader, and also at one point, the Empire, the the Emperor, not the Empire. Well, the Emperor is actually the Senate, but he's also the Empire. So Ian McDermott actually says, blow up Andor, and this guy's like, well, there's some of our people down there, and I don't give a Banta's ass, blow up the moon. And he's like, I don't want to blow up the moon. So he's like, I'm not sure. So they took all that storyline out of the movie, and I totally understand. It would, like, why it doesn't bring anything to the shot. So this is him walking with Vader. I'm going to show you several pictures. Picture's not really clear, but it's going to give you an idea. At one point, Vader actually gets to the elevator and wants to go see the Empire, the Emperor, the Empire, same guy. And the officer actually says, "You're not going to see the Empire right now." So Vader's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm Darth Vader, man." So he starts to choke the guy, and the guy, while he's choking, he said, about like that. Well, it doesn't have any Boba Fett coffee. And he says, "It's the order of the Emperor. It's not me." And for that shot, I'm going to show you those pictures. You can actually see this, the Imperial Royal Guards using their staff, their weapon that we have in the Kenner action figures. And they are ready to use it not on him. They are ready to use it on Vader. So I thought that was really interesting. Like, the Emperor don't want to see you. So even the ERGs are ready to fight Vader. I thought that was really interesting. So I'm going to show you those pictures. There you are. So he started to choke the guy, and he wants to go through the elevator, but the royal guards are not aiming at this officer. They are actually aiming at Vader. So I thought that was really interesting. Here's a better shot. You can see the staffs. This is later. I'm going to show you this one again. And you can see, at first, when I saw these pictures a few years ago, a long time ago, I thought that they were actually aiming at this guy, but they are really aiming at Vader. And you can see the line here. It is the Emperor's command. So when this guy actually is able to say that, Vader release is choking abilities. So you can see him choke. I'm choking you to death. I'm going to go back. Okay. So this is later in the movie when I was saying that actually the Emperor is asking him to blow up the moon of Endor. He doesn't want to do it. You can actually see, like, I don't want to blow up our staff. Perhaps there's a hard time to get new staff, just like over here in Quebec. But he doesn't want to blow the moon. Jim Arsenault is in the house. No problem, my friend. No problemo. Okay, so this is the shot. He's actually looking at the screen. Same kind of screen that is used in episode 4 for Tarkin. But it would actually be the moon of Endor. Yeah, it's always available on YouTube afterwards. And by the way, Jim, thank you very much for the nice comment that you wrote down last week. I really appreciate it, man. Okay, next picture. Same scene, different angle. He's like responsible for everything that's going on the Death Star. Again, you can see in his face that he's not ready to blow up his friends. So that's about it for this scene. Next up, we're doing great. We're doing great. Rancor, lightsaber, Lightman, Lando goes by goodbye. Okay, Yoda's death. There's actually a longer version, an extended version. Okay, there you are. So this is actually a longer version of Yoda's death. Spoilers! These basic background characters, some death. Yeah, you're totally right, man. You're totally right. I love that too. That's the great thing about Star Wars. And I don't want to compare it to Marvel, but I love the fact that these characters are new characters too, like in Mando or whatever, Andor and stuff. Uh, it, Instead of like in Marvel, you've got Hulk, you've got, well, the Hulk, you've got Captain America. They are already base superheroes. And in Star Wars, many of the characters are not superheroes. They're like regular Batman type of people. Because Batman doesn't have any powers, not even the Force. Anyway, so yeah, back to Yoda's death. So Yoda actually dies in this movie. Spoilers, like I said. And the difference on this extended version is that he talks a little more to Luke, and he talks about Obi-Wan, that he I don't remember everything, but you can go check it out. It's on YouTube, and you don't have the whole thing, but you can actually hear Frank Oz saying almost everything that is not in the movie. Donc, il y a la version plus longue de la mort de Yoda. Et Yoda parle un petit peu de Obi-Wan qui aurait pas dû te dire que... Obi-Wan aurait dû te le dire que c'était ton père ou je sais pas quoi. Look how close they are. What did you say? Change my diaper. Okay, so that's some shots of that extended version. Next! I'm still here. Next shot. I think it's the Lando's goodbye. Oh, let me put this on the screen. There you are. Okay, if you guys remember, this is the shot when they are preparing to leave for Andor, and General Lando actually takes the Falcon, and we know that shot. Don't you promise me you're not gonna give it a scratch? Donc il fait la promesse de pas le maganer puis tout ça. This is not really a deleted scene. This is actually another extended scene, because in this shot you would actually have Chewie coming and saying goodbye to Lando. So give him a little big Chewie hug. After that, you would have Luke showing up and hugging or saying thank you very much and see you in episode 9. Not 9. Yeah, he's back on episode 9. So, no, see you on Endor after blowing up that thing. And, of course, you've got Carrie Fisher that would also come and give him a big hug. So, there's not necessarily longer conversation. The funny thing is that when Luke actually goes in front of Han, he says, "See you later." Yeah. Harrison Ford says, "Get the fuck out." Go check it out. It's pretty funny. So there's a longer version, and everyone come and gives a big hug to Lando. Next up, it's the bunker attack. Yeah, we're almost done. When they reach the bunker, there's a extended version of the takeover of the bunker, and there's more action scenes. But just give me a second here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show some pictures. There's more action, more stormtroopers, but while you watch this whole thing, it's pretty clear that the shots are not very good. Even if you try to edit it as to make it more like exciting, I don't think they managed to get the right shots. So that's probably why they took that out, and it would have been a little bit longer. So here are the pictures. There you go. So you can actually see Han showing up in the corridors. T'as Han qui rentre et qui attaque des paquets de Stormtroopers. Ça se tire dessus. The thing is, like, they are like 5 feet away from one another, and the Stormtroopers actually miss. Except they killed this guy. You can see this guy on that picture. This one, next to Han. He got shot. That's probably the only guy that really gets shot in Star Wars by a Stormtrooper. Let me show you more pictures of this. Same thing, more extended version of... and there's a lot of rebel troopers with commandos, with Han and Leia. There you see more of them back. And if I recall correctly, we don't really see Leia much in the final product of that deleted scene. So like I was saying, they're like 5 feet away, and no of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Stormtrooper actually managed to shoot on Han. So we're like, come on. He's protected by the Force. See, that's the distance. So that's actually the distance where they would show up right where the guy fell, and they were even closer. So Han managed to kill like 9 of these guys. And they only kill 1. They're all cramped up in this small space, and they're not able to shoot. It's not really good. Those are not clones. Okay. So that's the shot. Okay, this scene. I love this because I just want to talk about the fact that they managed to put Rex, Captain Rex in Return of the Jedi. So there's this actor with this beard, is older man, and we can actually see him twice in the movie, and he is the one that puts on the suit of the scout trooper that gets caught, and he's standing in front of the bunker. And this guy is actually Rex. You're going to say, yeah, well, Rex didn't exist back in the days. I totally understand, but they made it canon. So go check that out. And I think they just released the toy of the bunker, and you can actually have that figure wearing that suit of the biker scout. And I presume on the card it says Captain Rex. So I wanted to show you this because you can actually see Han throwing the helmet to Rex. So there's actually a scene between Rex and Han Solo. Love it. Okay, next picture. So same thing, same picture. So that's it for the bunker scene. But there's more. Falcon action. Okay, there's only like 2 little things left. So, while they are actually fighting, getting ready to hit the Death Star, inside the Falcon, there's a lot of scenes, a lot of action going on. There's actually 2 rebel soldiers using the turrets, shooting at ships. And there's tons of other character running around in the Falcon and like, oh my god, we're getting shot. And I got several of these shots. I totally understand why they took that out. It would have cut the rhythm, ça aurait coupé le rythme de cette scène-là. Mais il y a vraiment eu beaucoup d'affaires qui ont été filmées avec des personnages qui se promènent dans le faucon, qui amènent des boîtes, des fusils. Ah ouais, donc. They're like grabbing stuff and running around with guns and stuff. And I mean, it was really interesting to see that. So here's a few pictures of these scenes. There's actually even a Num Nub race. I don't know the race. I don't remember the name of the race. But there's one that actually the Falcon gets it. And there's a fire starting inside that box right there. You're going to see it, the box right there, the hole. There's supposed to be a fire starting, but the fire didn't start. And this guy's like spraying nothing. Oh, I'm not spraying nothing, but that's okay. Because there's no fire. So I'm going to show you those pictures. So that's the guy. So he gets like thrown on the wall. There's an explosion and the fire starts, but there's no fire. And he's trying, just doing the best he can, trying to stop the non-existing fire. So I presume that's the reason why they didn't use that shot. This is one of the character that was inside the Falcon shooting in the turrets. They also created a figure of this guy. I'm going to show you all the figures that were created from the deleted scenes later on at the end. So this guy is shooting inside the Falcon. That's another angle. And that's the other guy. I don't know who this guy is, but he looks like he could actually play in the V series. You know, like V series with the reptile stuff. When you think about it, people are getting, the world has been taken over by reptiles. Man, you've watched too much V series. Anyway, that's another story. So this guy, he looks like he's coming out of the barbershop from the 80s. So he doesn't really look like a soldier to me. He looks like more of a, oh yeah, where's the princess? Okay. So there's another shot where they're running inside the Falcon and the Falcon gets it and everything shakes. Now they're running around with rifles for some reason. We don't really know why. And that's it. So that was the action inside the Falcon. I love the non-existing fire. I've got my non-existent coffee. Okay. Okay, we only have one left. Are we done? Rancor. Da, 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 da. Oh, no, we've got the extra pilots. Okay. I've talked about this in a prior episode. People would say, there's no girls. There's no girls in Star Wars. And I said, no. There were actually several girls in Return of the Jedi as pilots. And they just didn't use it. And I totally understand why. Well, at least for one. So this guy, it's not a lady, but it's just going to give you an idea of several other pilots that were filmed or used for the attack on the Death Star. Donc, il y a des madames qui conduisent des X-Wing. Ben oui, puis peut-être pas juste des X-Wing, c'est peut-être des A-Wing, là, mais bon. So I'm going to show you some pictures of these extras that were used. Well, not extras; they were real actor, and they were shot saying all the same lines. So the guy that was inside the Falcon was also inside a A-wing, I presume, or at least his cousin. And yeah, he was fighting with all the others. That's the guy. This is actually a lady. At first, when I saw this, I wasn't sure. Is that a guy? Is that a lady? I think we can actually see her blow up in Return of the Jedi. I'm not sure. But that's a girl. And I understand why they didn't use her. When you watch when they shot, what they shot, she wasn't a very good actress. Like, she all saying the lines at the same tone. So we cannot, as an editor, as a movie maker, you need some emotions and what's going on. You know what I mean? But her, she was like, watch out. Here they come. Oh, yes, indeed. Got to buy some milk. Whatever. So all at the same tone. So you cannot use this in the action sequence while they're saying everything on the same tone. Donc, elle était pas super bonne, puis elle disait toute la même affaire sur le même ton. Ça, c'était pas super bon. But that's one. That's another one that I think perhaps it's the same guy. That's an A-wing. And this is Grandma. So that's another one. That's another lady. She was good. She was good. Go check it out. You can actually see everything that she shot. And she got more emotions. Like, okay, she knows what's going on, you know. But we don't have her in the Return of the Jedi final cut. There were actually also this guy, Month Calamari, driving an A-wing, or I don't know what other. Oh, perhaps it's the B-wing. Perhaps he was driving a B-wing. The funny part is there's a guy saying the lines, and the actor actually have to repeat the line, and the guy says, "We're eating calamari tonight." We're eating calamari tonight. So anyway, that's a great shot. So that's it for these images. Now I have a few bonus images that I want to show you. More like production stills. And yeah, there's one other thing that I have to show you. Share screen. Yeah, okay, I'm getting a little better at this. So this is a shot where I've shown you one last week, I think. It's when Luke and Vader actually arrives on the Death Star. So this was shot but not used in the movie. So this is General Maydean, and at first, Maydean was supposed to take care of the attack on the Death Star, on the chair where Akbar is in the final movie. And trust me, once again, this guy might have the most handsome haircut in the galaxy, but acting, it's not necessarily his forte. I don't know if he ate too much shrimp or calamari stuff the night prior, but again, another actor like, yes, do this. What's going on? Yes. It's like he actually looks like a robot in Disney World. You know, those animatronics robot. But not the recent one, the old version one. I'm a president. Okay, so these are the most famous look of our friend. He's actually sitting on the Akbar chair right now. Look on the right, look on the left, look on the right. Look down. And I wanted to show you this. This is the same day that they shot with Mr. Maydeen. And as you can see on the clapboard, it says Production Revenge of the Jedi. So this was shot February 17, 1983. Take 4. So love these kinds of shots. And of course, Revenge of the Jedi. This is another great shot. I've talked about this. I said there were actually 6 or 7 people inside Jabba, and you can see them all around the beast. So there were, I don't know if you can see it, but there's one in the tail. There's one underneath. There's one controlling his eyes. 2 inside. I mean, what an amazing job. Can you imagine how hot it was inside Jabba while they were filming this? I mean, the smell too. Imagine the guy inside, you had to make a big fart. I'm gonna hold it. I have to hold it. Oh shit. Another great scene where it was not used in I don't think it was used in the movie, where Leia tries to grab a weapon while everything is going around in the barge. We're not done. I wanted to show you this one. This is actually the death of Boba Fett. But this is a production still, and I love the fact that you can see all the wires that is holding the stun double, leaving the skiff going to hit the barge. And these are the figures that were made from the deleted scenes. So you've got 2 figures from the Sandstorm. You've got that guy that was driving the, on the turret of the Falcon. You've got the calamari pilot. And as you can see, I think it's a... Is it? It's only called Rebel Pilot, but it looks like he's driving an A-Wing. Yeah, I think he's driving an A-Wing. And you've got Luke creating his lightsaber. Oh, we've got Arsenault and Ferraro. They're both in the house. So these are the toys that were created. You can see them a little better here. Love the fact that they've put that huge gun in his hand because he was carrying guns around in the Falcon. And you can actually see Luke looks actually like a young Anakin from Clone Wars. And he's holding that famous tool that I was talking about, building up his thing. So let me get back to full screen. Oh, here I am. So guys, that was the deleted scenes from Return of the Jedi. Yes, it was my favorite movie as a kid for so many reasons that I've already talked about. I was amazed, and I'm still amazed to see and learn stuff from that movie, like Bib Fortuna's girlfriend, what I've just shown you with the C-3PO deleted scenes with Yak Face. I really have to send a message to Sean and ask him about that deleted scene. I think I'm going to do this tonight. And if he replies talking about it, and I'm going to ask him if I can share the answer on Yoda's workshop, and you guys will be able to get the real answer from the real guy. Perhaps. We never know. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much for watching. Again, this is, if you are not watching live, thank you for watching on YouTube or on Facebook. Merci d'avoir été là. Merci d'avoir écouté ce blabbering on Return of the Jedi. Next week, we're probably going to do a season 3 of The Mandalorian, so get your shit up to date. Or I think we're going to do also a special episode on the my stormtroopers allergies. No, we're going to do a special episode on this thing that happened several years ago that I went and I saw. Like I explained at the beginning, thank you. Like I explained at the beginning, this is actually my cousin that got the deal for all the promotional stuff that was made for this exposition. How do you say it? It's not an exposition. We say exposition. A museum. I forgot the name. Anyway, so we might. I might do one because I've got great pictures. I took so many pictures, if I recall correctly, of that great stuff that was exposed there. You've got Boba Fett's, the original R2D2. We've got the original Jabba's eyes. So I've got all this in my old picture. So I'm going to check that out this week. And perhaps if I have enough, I'll be able to show you those great stuff if you missed this amazing thing that went around the world. I think it went to London, but it started in Montreal back in the days. So guys, again, thank you very much for being with me for the 45th time. And we'll see each other again tomorrow for the MMC, for several of you. And we'll see us again next week. So, as exhibition, thank you very much. That's the right word. Exhibition. My English is not that good, man. So, as I always say, be safe, be good, be wild, be you. May the force be with you, everyone. Exbo. Exbo. Exbo-Katan. So, have a great week. And kiss your wives for me. I don't know. Well, at least your dogs. All right. So, see you next week. Again, if you have suggestions or any questions, let me know. Si vous avez des questions, mais si d'avoir été là, en français, ben oui, pourquoi pas. On se revoit la semaine prochaine, si Dieu le veut. Same bat chaîne, same bat heure. Ciao!